So I'm not sure how I want to do this. A lot of 9/11 videos get into the conspiracies around it, the loss of life, the war afterwards, all kinds of things. I want to do a video about the buildings, the Twin Towers. Now, I was born in New York. I grew up in upstate, Poughkeepsie, Dutchess County, but my family's from Brooklyn, and a lot of my extended family lived out there, and I spent a lot of weekends and summers with my grandfather. He lived in Bay Ridge, third floor apartment overlooking the Verrazano Narrows Bridge. It's beautiful. Used to sit out there and watch ships come in, and giant container ships. I mean ships. And the Verrazano Narrows Bridge is monstrous. It connects Brooklyn to Staten Island. I would take the R train. I believe it was the R train into town, and with my grandmother, and we would go to the trade center underneath. There's a mall underneath the Twin Towers. People don't know that. A shopping mall. There was a mall under the Twin Towers. I was always hot to go up to the escalator, and I guess you call it the lobby. These giant, beautiful cathedral windows. They were transparent, just big cathedral windows in the bottom story of the trade center. And you see pictures of them, but it was just cool to be in that lobby, and the sun would come in, and it was awesome. Different times of day we'd go there. I love that part. But those buildings dominated the skyline. Young people today have no idea. If you've never seen them when you were there, the pictures don't do it justice. They dominated. You knew where you were in New York by looking there. You knew where you were heading by looking there. It was like the North Star of New York City at that time. I love those buildings. I know people focus on other things. It's just about those buildings and how dominant they were in New York. My New York is the New York of the Twin Towers. And people call them the Twin Towers. They can call them the Trade Center and World Trade Center. It's the Twin Towers. I used to lay down in the back seat of my dad's cars and look straight at, because old cars, 70s, 80s cars, you lay in the back and look up, you could see up a building, Yeah, those buildings were just cool. They were so dominant, so beautiful. There's just something very American and powerful about them, the way they dominated the skyline. And, I'm Italian, so I go to a lot of Italian restaurants, and I've noticed some of them, they got pictures of the Twin Towers up too. There's something about it. If you were there in that era, that just, you love that place. When they were destroyed, I couldn't believe it. It was heartbreaking. And of course, all the people that suffered greatly. It was unbelievable what we lost there. Someone was talking to me about it years ago. We were doing a political campaign. We were just taking a long drive in a car. Started talking about it. And, she said, "Did you lose someone in the trade center in 9/11? And I didn't miss a beat, man. I said, I lost over 3,000 people in 9/11. And, it's time for reflection, and you don't want to get into things. I don't want to get into things in this, but I will say one thing. While I appreciate the Freedom Tower and what's there now and all that and the memorial, I really wish that they would have just rebuilt them. But, for whatever reason, that didn't happen. Can't have everything. But I just thought I'd show a little bit about just what those buildings were, just them. Because it was really something. And, it was here, it was beautiful, and they're gone. Thanks for listening. God bless you guys.